Guinea. Yep, you guessed right. If you have been following us on our socials, African Urban Tuesday spotlight is gonna be, would I say, shining bright on Lamborghini. Yeah, he's actually called. I mean, that's his stage name. Yeah, but he is Yinka Lawansin, popularly known as Lamborghini. He is a Nigerian Afro dance hall musician. He's also a YouTuber, an internet sensation. I feel like a whole lot of you just like really knew him from his in Instagram posts. Yeah, himself and his wife. Like he just has this, would I say, Nigerian vibe going on, and then his wife is white, so it's always hard to like for her to understand what we're saying or the food. She's just like really, really beautiful. Like she is definitely a fine woman. He's also an humanitarian who uses his music as an instrument for societal change. He got married in 2018 to Takara Ray. Also, he's had albums like Food is Ready and Salt, which was released in 2015. I mean, SALT stands for Saving All Lives Together, which was a prison reform program in line with the 2030 agenda of the Sustainable Development Goals by the United Nations. Big, big, big things, honestly speaking. And I actually like checked him out. He's been there, done that. He's been there for the longest, guys. Like, I'm not even joking. So I'm going to put him on the line now because he doesn't live in the country, you know. He's a big man. You get. Hey, Lamborghini.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
It's morning from your end, Abby. It's
Yes, very early,
afternoon.
hustle time.
Also time. What is Osu? Baba Ide flex. Baba Ide flex. What is Osu?
Hustle time. Time now, money, money now, time.
I thought you were going to have an accent or something now. Lamborghini, you've been there for the longest. I was expecting a, hi, good morning,
No, but I've only been here for 3 years, and okay, October will make me 4 years.
If you were me, 1 month, I don't get accent. 1 month, I
Of
don't,
course,
I
you could
don't
not
get
get.
accent.
Of course, you could not forget where you come from.
I beg,
You
I
could not forget
beg,
your
I
papa land.
beg. How are you doing? How are you? How is
I'm doing.
work?
I'm doing great. Work is amazing. I can't complain.
Yeah.
Taking life one step at a time, just taking it easy, no pressure.
No pressure. Definitely no pressure. And would
No,
I say
no, no
big works
pressure.
you're doing, especially with the music. You dropped Count Your Blessings, and just listening to the music right now,
Yes.
it just there's
Thank
every
you.
sense of gratitude in it. I've played the song a couple of
Yep.
times, and it's just very like life is a gift. There's so much would I say pressure, hustle, bustle, and you just
Yeah.
forget that you've
True.
come a long way. You look at
Yeah.
yourself like, oh, my mates
True.
are buying cars, my mates are buying
Mm-hmm.
Lamborghini. Why am I not
Mm-hmm.
here?
Mm-hmm.
But there's that
Yeah.
thing of
Yeah.
you waiting still and just be thankful for your process. Let's talk about that music for a
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. What would you say was a motivation? Like, why count your blessings, especially in a time where there's COVID, there's inflation,
Mm.
a lot of distractions here and there. But you are saying we should stay
Yeah.
still and count our blessings. Let's talk about, like, run me through the process of that song for a minute.
Yeah. So it's interesting you asked that question. As human beings, we are always on the go. You know, we are always thinking about the next, what's next, and I realize that a lot of times we don't even wait to enjoy what we have achieved, you know, be it waking up in the morning is your biggest achievement for the day. But we tend to just ignore it because we normalize it. We feel entitled to it, like, oh
It's
yeah,
my
I'm
right to wake
entitled to
up.
waking up. It's my right to wake up. So I wrote that song when I was in the middle of complaining, and I just looked around me. I looked at my wife, my family, the people that support me, even my life itself. And the only thing that came out of my mouth was count your blessings,
Wow.
you know. And that changed everything. It changed everything because it made me to truly begin to pay attention to the things around me. And I like to use this word, right? And my wife uses it as well. I was present. You know,
I was present.
a lot of, yes, I was present. A lot of times we are not present. So I found myself that I am now present. I'm taking it all in and I'm working for what I'm expecting, but I'm not allowing what I'm expecting, you know, distract me from enjoying what I already have.
That's
So that's
very
where Count Your Blessings came from.
right. So now let's talk about I mean the music is great, the music is good. Let's talk about the other facet, the other
Yeah.
parts of you, because I did read up on you. You do humanitarian work. I see what you did with the Kiri Kiri Don't Fall music and even the advocation
Mm-hmm.
itself. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of things that you're pointing out from, I mean, in the society, using your music, yeah, using your platform.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to stay gingered up. It's hard to stay fired up, especially in a time where we're dealing with a lot. Yeah, there's Russia, there's Ukraine, there's
Yeah.
inflation, there's taxes, all of that. Yeah, but you are, would I say, stepping out of all of that, and you're doing humanitarian stuff. How do you stay motivated?
Yeah.
Like, you don't wake up feeling excited every day. I don't think there's anyone that does that like 100 of the days that they just wake up feel very excited. The days that you don't feel excited, how do you stay? How do you still do stuff?
So yeah, that's a good question,
Okay.
right? And that is why I tell people that you must be in total control of your or emotions, right?
Okay.
Because I'm going to give you a good example. If you break your leg, right,
Yeah.
your eyes will not stop functioning because you broke your leg. Your eyes will still show up for you, regardless of what is going on in one part of your
Of your
body,
body.
right? And that is how I see life. Yes, I might wake up not in such a great mood. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it, but the purpose is greater, right, than my self-esteem or my ego or my personal, the purpose. Because I always think about why,
Okay.
why am I doing it, and you have to understand that I was doing prison reform in a country where I was surrounded by all kinds of disappointments, right? It was a tough time, to even be encouraged to do it.
To do it.
But yes, but when I think about the purpose and the fulfillment it brings to the people I'm trying to reach, I just get up. That's the motivation right there. And the interesting part, no matter how sad my day started, while I'm doing that thing, while I'm fulfilling purpose, I will just realize that the emotions that probably was weighing me down in the morning will just wear off. I won't even remember again because I will get into the joy of what I am doing. So I think people should see humanitarian work as, and I'm talking about people who want to do it genuinely. I'm not
Genuinely.
talking about people who, yeah, I'm not talking about people who jump on
The grants
humanitarian
and
work
all
for
of
the
that.
sake of,
Yeah.
yeah, for the grant, for the gram, for
For
the
the
trend
gram,
of it.
especially.
Yeah, a lot of people just jump on it so that they can look good, you know. But if you're genuinely doing this, right, you must always think about it from the angle of just show up, you know, do what you have to do,
True.
and then go back home. Again, I don't like to sound extremely religious, but whatever whatever you want to think about, the greatest things we enjoy in life is given to us for free every day. The air you breathe is free, the life you have is free. You understand? You don't even know if there is something God created somewhere that is recharging the air that you're breathing for free. So if you are receiving things for free, regardless of what is going on in the world, I feel like you should be able to be in a position where you always find the strength to always give back. So for me, it's a privilege.
Wow.
You know,
Wow. Wow.
it's a privilege to serve. You know, I thank God every day for the opportunity
To
to
serve.
be able to serve. Yeah, it's a big opportunity,
Are you sure
and
you're not going to
that's it.
have church like this? Because this vibe they are giving
No,
me. Okay, so I like that you said that the purpose should be greater. Yeah, you should not always feel like it every time, but you should always do it. There's a discipline that comes with that, knowing that you were given
mm-hmm,
this platform or you were given this
mm-hmm,
job, this mandate to do it. So
mm-hmm.
I mean, of all things you wanted to advocate for, of all things you were passionate about, yeah, let's talk about the prison reform. Yeah, and
Yeah,
this is long time coming. It's not something that you just stumbled upon 2 3 years ago. In 2009,
no,
you founded the
yep,
Say No to Crime project and the first
yeah,
anti-crime campaign concert in Kirikiri Maximum Security Prison. Yeah. So let's run us
yeah,
through that process. Why are you passionate about these people? Because I saw the video and I was like, there's one thing if you're shooting a video. There's another thing if you give yourself to something. Like I could tell just watching you, there was a lot of
yeah.
what I say, you just wanted to be heard, you wanted action to be taken, you didn't mind, okay, don't see me, just get this done. And also, do you think that there's been any reform since almost 10 years ago that this campaign had been? You could run us through that for a minute. Why are you passionate about the prison reform, and do you think any changes
Yeah,
has been made, especially from the government, or any attention has been
yeah.
given to the reform this far?
Good question. So, sincerely, I found myself doing prison reform at a very young age
Okay.
when not a single, I repeat, not a single entertainer in Nigeria, I saw it as a thing. It was not trendy. There was no Twitter
True,
trend. There was
true,
nothing like
true.
that, you know. But then I discovered I had a voice. You know, I knew people in radio stations, TV stations. I was a musician, so I just felt like, okay, rather than just complaining about how terrible the country is, right? I started thinking about how can I be part of the solution. And I also understood that my contribution might, in the time, my contribution might look insignificant, right? But I just wanted to plant the seed because you don't know who might see the work that you
And
started
benefit
and
from
get
it.
inspired,
Yeah, yeah.
and even get inspired and blow it even bigger than what you have. So luckily for me, I was close to the Controller General of Prisons children. So I just told the kids, I said, please talk to your dad. I would like to do this, and that's how my journey started. That's how I started going to prisons. I will never forget my first concert. You know, we had about almost 3,000 inmates.
Wow.
I'm talking about way back in 2009. You know, it was in Kirikiri, and I brought all my friends, musicians, motivational speaker came. Then I had my big brother Feladro Toye. He was the one that came to speak to these guys, and I saw these guys crying. A lot of them were shedding tears, and I just saw that there was more to this beyond the music I have brought to them, right? And it went from that. One day I was in one of the facilities, and I overheard a young boy say, "I'm here, but I only committed a minor offense." It was a street trade offense. And I'm talking about I'm talking about when Kai, Lagos State Kai just
Yeah,
started.
yeah.
Kai was at they were arresting people selling on the streets, and if you cannot pay a fine of 5,000 naira, they will dump you in Kirikiri. That
Wow.
was the time I'm talking about. So I got so angry, and that was when it became full-blown advocacy, because I went from just going to prison to perform, give them food and entertain and encourage them, to now fighting for those that are wrongfully incarcerated and those that are in prison for minor offenses. So we started raising funds, started paying their bills, get them out of jail. You get what I mean? So it became a whole full-blown scale, and we did that for a good amount of time, for several years.
Hmm.
And the other question was, has anything changed? A lot has changed.
Good. Good.
Now, a lot has changed in the sense that, yes, there are still a lot of people awaiting trial. The judiciary system is still slow, but there have also been a lot of, see, I don't like to take the credit, but I know that I contributed 80%
Profoundly
of
to
the
it. Hmm.
awareness. Yes,
Hmm.
the awareness that Nigerians now have towards prison reform. I contributed 80% of that, and I know that for
Hmm.
sure. Because the first time Nigerians ever saw inside the prison on TV was because of my concert. Because
True.
we started bringing TV stations into the
True.
prisons, we
True.
started trying to show people what's going on. So today there are a lot of lawyers, aides, legal aides going there, going to different facilities, trying to help inmates. So a lot has changed. We are very far away from where we want to be,
But we're not
but
where we
we are
are.
also
True.
we're not where. So that's just my only take on that question.
Okay. Love it. Honestly speaking, I like that. I mean, there's one thing for you to have a platform. It's another thing for you to have a platform that people that are, would I say, people that want to benefit from it. They are not people that
Hmm.
would, I mean, these are people that are less privileged. I mean, they don't even have access to social media. People in the prison, and not you shedding light, using your platform to speak about these people, to draw the attention to these people. Trust me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So away from all of that,
Again, like I said, it's an opportunity to serve.
sure, sure. It's an opportunity. I'm taking notes. So I mean, you guys can actually watch me via the website. I've just been taking wise man. Solomon, no do reach this one. No. Okay, away from all of that conversation, I feel like this is like very, very high tights, and people are just like, okay, okay, let's talk about Afrobeat now. Let's talk about the music. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just this month, yeah, the BT Awards happened, and Thames got the international best act. She's been doing big things. There's Whiskey doing big things. There's Burna Boy doing big things, and it feels like the whole world is just awakening. Yeah, they're just experiencing what it is. Like, oh, okay, Afrobeat, yeah, but the Afrobeat has always been, even in times of Fela, the times of
Yeah.
Ayinla. There's so much, yeah. So it feels like the attention is now coming to Afrobeat. People are now taking us seriously. They're now saying, okay, you know what? Chris Brown wants to feature on a Davido song. Chris Brown wants to feature on a Normally song. Yeah, it feels like okay, they wake, they just they you get. So, what do you think about Afrobeat and where we are right now? Do you think that there's so much we can still do, or do you think that we have peaked? Like, okay, Afrobeat has peaked, so we cannot change this, or let's keep it this way. What are your thoughts about it?
So good question. The first thing I'm going to say is, you know, you're talking about two different eras,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's not like the world didn't, the world didn't know about Afrobeat, but the game changer. The
Hmm.
game changer truly is social media, right? Because
Hmm.
the gatekeepers became defeated. The gatekeepers, when I mean the gatekeepers of the European music industry, the
Yeah.
gatekeepers of the American music industry, they became defeated through the power of social media. You need to go back to the eras of Fela and
Hmm.
the founding fathers of Afrobeat.
Afrobeat.
They will not play your song on the radio because the gatekeepers have decided what songs will be played in America.
Hmm.
So even if you have a slot, you're talking about maybe one or two, three slots a week. But with the help of social media, the consuming market, the consumers themselves now have access to this international sound that they've never heard before. They can see the dances right on their phone. They can stream it. They can enjoy it. They can see the millions of people. See, this is not the first time 200 million Nigerians are dancing to Afrobeat. They've been dancing to Fela
Yeah.
back in the days, but
Yeah.
the world could not see it.
Hmm.
But now, social media has helped the world to see it, which is a major victory to Afrobeat.
So Afrobeat.
And luckily, yes, and luckily for us, we have a lot of talented artists that can fly the flag.
True.
So you are not looking at a brand, or you are not looking at a genre of music that is just a flash in a pan. This is not a fluke. This is not a case of they are lucky. No, we have well talented Afrobeat artists that have been waiting for years
To
for this
manifest.
opportunity to manifest. Are you kidding me? On my blue,
Oh, my blue.
better.
Okay, I'm definitely loving this interview, and I feel like I know for a fact that I have gained a lot. Yeah, and people listening out there are like, okay, you know what? Yes, yeah, like this is a time. And while we are, would I say, basking and loving this period of Afrobeat, and Nigerians doing big things, even in the sports scene, yeah, it doesn't take away the fact that there's still an election in 2023. And while some people have already said, I want to jack, but I want to leave, there are some people that are like, you know what, we're going to stay here. We're going to make sure that this country works, because regardless of wherever we go, this is always going to be home. And even those in diaspora would always want to come back home regardless, you know. Now, the question is, what are your thoughts, or what do you think people that haven't gotten their PVCs, people that are like, no, I don't want to vote, oh, they already know who they're going to win, oh. What do you think? I mean, the political participation, yeah, knowing that you use your music to actually enlighten people, and you're about societal reforms, yeah. What are your thoughts, or what do you want to say to people that are still contemplating either to get a PVC or not to get a PVC? Because on the 31st of this month, that's when it's going to be over. You cannot get your PVCs until the 31st of this month.
I'll put it this way.
Okay.
If you live in Nigeria and you're a Nigerian citizen and you operate within the same economy, you do business in Nigeria,
yeah,
you will be nothing but a coward to not contribute, to the economy that is surviving you. And how do you contribute? By standing strong, voting for who you think will be able to do a better job so that you can survive, first and foremost. So this is, it's still shocking to me that you have to beg people to get PVC. People need to see it as it's a life or death situation. And take it seriously, that it's not about, I'm not interested in politics, right? And if that's what you want to say, then don't ever complain. Whatever they give you, if not shit, then give you
language, Lamboginny on the radio.
Oh, sorry, I don't forget. Sorry. If na Sansan then give you, you go chop up. Because you did not see. If you did not work for it, you have no right. You have no right, I repeat. If you did not work for it, you have no right to talk about anything on that topic. But once you put your vote, I think the problem of Nigeria, see me, I was born and raised in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Our biggest problem now, it go better. You see that line?
It go better.
You see that line? It go better. It's one of our biggest problems. So that's why you see, when there is an inflation, when there's price change, we don't fight. The moment
just
you cry for 1 week,
adjust to it.
The other, I beg it go better one day. Because you can afford it, you no longer think about your neighbors that can't afford it. So you just move on. And then maybe 2 weeks later, a year later, your neighbors will struggle and eventually meet up with that standard. That's why Nigeria is the only country where anything with price don't go up, they ever come down. So election again, election again is your opportunity.
Yeah.
To look at your representatives' policies, their track record, who were there before this election? What have they done? Do you think they can deliver? It's not about how much they have, but it's
Track
about
record.
competency, track record. What is their track record? When you look at all those things, I think you should just go out there and put your vote behind somebody. Even if they don't win, right?
Know that you
You
tried
will feel,
and your voice
God
was, I mean,
bless
it
you.
mattered.
God bless you.
Okay.
And that's my case. So I rest my case.
Thank you so much. I definitely had a good time speaking to you about your music, about the um, prison reform advocacy that you have been on, and also Afrobeat. We love you,
Thank
and we
you.
say thank you for your time. Thank you for the audience. Have yourself a
Thank you for
great
having
day.
me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for, I mean, virtually. Thank you for coming. All right. Have
Now,
yourself a great
no,
day.
if the only time it will be thank you for coming is if you give me one plate of jollof rice. It's okay,
You
take
still
this.
love
Thank you for coming.
jollof? You still love jollof?
Now, wow. Now, which kind of question be this now? Now, wow.
And honestly, I see the work you do with your social media. You like it is one of those content that you just helps you relax. Your wife is a beauty.
Thank you.
Our regards to her. She
Oh,
is a
thank you so much.
beauty.
Yes, I will.
All right
Thank
then.
you. I
All
will. I
right.
will let her know.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Have
All right.
yourself a
Thank
good
you.
day.
You
Bye.
too. Have a blessed day. Yeah.
All
Bye.
right. Okay, that was definitely fun. You would agree with me. That has been Urban African Tuesday on this end. Yes, it is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. And we just spoke to Lamboginny, who was, I mean, he